Hey, 33 Island Girl, Alicia, Desiree, Eva, Jay, Xena, Alicia. I don't know if I already said Alicia, but how are you guys doing? What's up? What's up? So, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I posted something there just now. And basically tonight it's going to be any donation amount at all, like anything that you guys feel you want to provide or contribute, that's fine. I know in the description it will say $5 a reading, but I watched one of my favorite tarot readers doing this earlier, and I thought it was a good idea and kind of a cool thing to do, so I'm just going to do it too. So thank you, High Vibrations 44. You guys should go check out High Vibrations 44. It's the first tarot reader I ever watched on YouTube, and she's kind of the reason that I even started doing this, so you guys should check her out, definitely. She's really good. High Vibrations 44, okay? Check her out. Now, let's get some readings in here, you guys. Is there any new people here? I think 33 Island Girl, I don't think I've seen you before, so I think you're new. Hi, Lynn. Lynn's here as well. And then Jay, I'm not sure if I've had you before. I feel like maybe I have. I don't know for sure, though, so let me know who's new here. If you guys are new, let me know. Okay, so 33 Island Girl, yes. Do you have a question in mind already? Because I can get you a reading. I want to do new people first, you guys, so since she's new, we're gonna go with her. I think she was actually the first person here too, so even more cool. What's the outcome of my connection with IJ? IJ. Drop some cards. Okay, so IJ. What's the outcome of your connection with IJ? IJ. 33 Island Girl. J to the B. Okay, J to the B, can you post your question as well so that after this one I can do yours? Okay. This deck is so old, but I've never shuffled it really like this. So it's still like hard to shuffle like that, but you can see it's like very old, it's like weathered, but for some reason it's still hard as fuck to shuffle. Okay, let's see. J, or I'm sorry, not J. Well, J to the B. So Island Girl, what's up with IJ? What's the outcome as we could see it now? From this point, what do we see happening? Okay, somebody making a decision. Page of Wands for me is like the card of like making a decision and then maybe regretting it later, because you know the Page of Wands is, you know, it's kind of like premature. It's kind of like before anybody had time, or like before anyone really put much thought to anything. So it's kind of like you're making a decision and you're not thinking it through, you know, you're kind of just impulsively taking action. And with that, you might have some regrets later. Not everyone is that way though, so I mean, it just depends. But let's see what else we can get about this decision, this action that is not well thought through before taking this action. Let's see what happens. Why is this important? Why is this coming out? Why is this being brought to our attention and highlighted in this specific situation? Could be something that moves along very quickly too, like very fast. It's, you know, progressing, or you guys are getting very close very quick. It's kind of moving very quickly. And someone needs some space and alone time. Yeah, I don't do reversals. That's why I flipped it over. But, okay. So somebody is maybe a bit smothering to another person. I just say that because what we have here is, you know, somebody who is, you know, like getting, like it's very quickly, you know, things are getting you know, close, things are kind of progressing, and then we see somebody kind of like going off on their own here and trying to like, you know, something's missing here for them. So it could be like whoever this is, whoever, if it's you or them, it could be that either you feel like, you know, whoever it is, the person making the decision, or I'm sorry, the person that's feeling like they have to go off on their own, it's either because they feel like this just isn't enough for them still, even though they're, you know, they're in it, but they're just not feeling it like enough, like, but the reason basically is because they're missing something, and so they're realizing that it's not you who can provide them what they need, it's not anyone that can provide them what they need, it's something that they need to go off and find themselves because it's something within them, which is actually kind of a mature thing to do and say and feel and think and, you know, be blaming it on. It's like, not you, it's me, you know, it's just something I don't have and you're not able to fulfill that, but no one can. So they're needing to go off on their own, but the reason I say they could feel a bit smothered is because they're kind of like going off their own after someone's kind of like moving towards them or doing something kind of impulsively. So if you feel like you're the person who's like, you know, I just want to hang out every second, and you're like initiating everything, you're putting out most of the effort, then I would say just like cut back, slow down, let them come to you. And if it's the other way around, then that could, you know, that's the advice as well. So, you know, if you feel like this is them, then obviously you would understand you're feeling this way, but basically somebody's going to be closed off from another person. It's like somebody is going to eventually just not want to really communicate or be kind of like to themselves, not giving or taking any offers. So you can see this cloud here that's offered, this hand in the cloud that's offering the cup, and it's kind of like they're giving something to the person, but the person's like, no, and there's no reason really behind it. It's kind of like they're just being stubborn, right? So it's like this person could, you know, become closed off. And so I would say if you're kind of like very much trying to make this happen, just stop trying to make it happen so hardcore, because this person could kind of get like turned off by that in some way. Or, you know, if it's not completely because they're turned off by that, it's because they feel like they need to go off on their own and find themselves. So that's fine. But I would just say, you know, yeah, exactly. You said, and so I'm taking a step back. Yeah, it's kind of like you don't want them to eventually just not want anything to do with you, you know? So for some reason they're just like not really into the whole, like, just let them come to you. Will they be coming towards you? Like, will this be something that progresses if she does take a step back? Okay, so taking a step forward, but in a different direction. Very, very, like, abruptly. And then trying to give... This person might feel like they are superior to you in some way. Like, they might feel like they have something to offer your life instead of, like, the other way around. So it's like, you know, like, almost like you're that peasant and they're just kind of, like, above, just, like, giving you breadcrumbs or whatever. And that's not really, you know, cute. But, like, very soon, they could turn... Okay, so the thing... If you this is if you take a step back, right? So I'm seeing, like, basically... Yeah, I mean, they might take a step forward. Because it could switch all of a sudden. It could be like, okay, real quick. Because this person's going to have to make a decision, right? They're going to have to take an action. It's going to have to go in one of these directions. And it's going to go in two opposite directions. So basically they have to decide what they want to do. And if they go in the direction towards you, you know, it's going to happen pretty quick. I feel like it's going to be a turnaround really quick if you do take a step back. But the thing is still, I still see that, you know, superiority complex type thing. Like, they're still, like, feeling like you're just, like, so lucky to have, that they're even giving you the time of day, you know? And it's kind of lame. They could be kind of controlling or kind of, like, kind of, like, you know, trying to be, like, dominant or something, but not in a good way, you know what I mean? Like, just kind of, like they have to prove their manliness. It's kind of like they have to, like set rules or something that you're supposed to follow. There you go. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Well, good for you. You're funny. And hey, another thing, like, if you want to look at that card we had earlier, that one where it said, you know, the, where you're taking a step, or, I'm sorry, where you're going off on your own and trying to find yourself, right? well, maybe that's for you to take a step back now and go and find yourself, because you know within this situation that's not what you're looking for. It's really going to leave you feeling empty-handed, like you have something that's still missing, you know? So maybe that's kind of a clue to you, like, hey, why don't you just take a head start and go and find yourself and go and find what's actually good for you and what's actually going to make you feel fulfilled, because this isn't it. You know, like, this is kid shit. And you're going to end up regretting it later, right? This one. He has 8 cups filled, but this one is missing here, so he's got something missing. He has a lot of stuff, but I mean, really, there's still something missing for him. So maybe that's a clue to you to go and, you know, find yourself too, or find what, you know, you really need. Find what makes you happy, you know? So for J to the B, you said you wanted a general. Let's give you a general for J to the B. Cards keep flying out. J to the B. What is going on with her? Generally, what do you want to bring to our attention? Highlight. There could be somebody that's coming to give you something. It could be emotional, something emotional. You see he's giving a cup there, or this like adult is giving to a child, right? So it could be somebody older than you. It could be a parent. It could be older brother, sister. It could, you know, just somebody older than you, maybe somebody you looked up to or something, or somebody that you maybe admired or just had was supportive to you or was there for you at some time in the past. And so they're coming to like offer you something maybe emotional, like support, care, you know, maybe even love or connection. So it's saying use your better judgment. It's kind of funny because with the Fool, it's kind of like he's jumping off a cliff and not even looking. Like he's not using his better judgment at all. You know, he's and that's kind of what the essence of the card is, you know, trying to promote, is basically like just take that jump, just take that leap, you know, don't look. Just go, just do something different, new, exciting, fun. But with the Judgment card there, it's kind of funny because it's like, why, like how are you supposed to not look and use your better judgment at the same time? So what I would say with this is that there's some kind of like new adventure possibly, or new kind of exciting beginning, or new kind of exciting, you know, situation, something that could be really, really fun. But the cards are saying basically just, you know, use your better judgment. Don't just not look before you jump. But this is going to be something fun, exciting, new, you know, something probably that you've never done before, this type of thing. It could just be, it could be an experience with the person, and it could just be like maybe even a relationship with the person, but basically, it's going to be something new and exciting. So, but I would just say use your better judgment with this thing. Let's see more about it with the Fool here. What's this exciting thing that you want her to know and get ready for? Know about and get ready for? Is there any other information that we can know about this? Okay, so basically, you might be traveling. You might be going somewhere kind of far away from where you're at now. Just like making distance from where you're at now. Could be traveling. Could be vacation. It could be moving. What is this person having to do with this situation? Why are they coming and bringing you this information or this situation? What is the Six of Cups? Wait, is that the Six of Cups? Yeah, Six of Cups. Ooh! I don't like it! Look what I just pulled up. I thought this was the Six of Cups card, but it wasn't. Oh god, it could be a love situation, but it won't last long. That's the thing. That's why it's saying use your better judgment, because look at this. Oh, Lord, have mercy on your soul, because Jesus. Okay. So it could be very exciting, very passionate, very like something that you're all in. You're all about it. You want to be all about it. It's going to be like very exciting. But the thing is, and they're going to be about it too. But the thing is with the Knight of Wands, it's kind of like they're about it one day, and then the next day they're just off to something else. Like he rushes in on his horse, right? And then he rushes right back out and on to the next, you know? So just be careful with that, because if you feel like this is the one, it's not, you know, because it's going to feel like that, but isn't going to be that. It's going to be something that's short-lived, very passionate, but very short-lived. And it could leave you kind of confused, and, you know, just be careful with that. Maybe this is what it's saying, because it's saying leaving. Tell me more about this Knight of Wands character, please. Libra. So it seems like you're kind of worried. Or they are. I mean, there's something, maybe you guys have a past together or something. Because, and maybe it wasn't romantic, or maybe it was. I mean, I don't know exactly what the situation was, but basically here it's showing that there's, like, fear, and there's, like, and it could be unrelated to you. Like, I feel like something bad's gonna happen. Maybe that's just the person that they are. It feels like something bad's always gonna happen, or just has doubts in love, in relationships. But this person's, like, hyper-vigilant, like, alert all the time. Like, I am just waiting for the next bad thing to happen because I know it's going to. Like, it's very negative. I mean, they're almost manifesting their own horrible destiny just by, like, trying to already live in that, you know. It's, like, ridiculous. But I mean, some people do that, and it's not really ridiculous. It's just the way, I mean, it is ridiculous once you realize you don't have to do that, but for them that's the only way that, you know, they can do this right now, apparently. So I don't know if that's because you guys have a past or not, but I feel like Libra, it could be a Libra person, it could be a Gemini, and it feels like something just not, like, something being put straight, like, they're just not ever feeling like things are right. Like, you might have to constantly, like, try to get approval, or try to see if they're okay, or try to make sure, like, you're not, well, if that door is shut, then you shouldn't have to worry about it, you know, because you're just, like, not even going to go there. Maybe that would be better for you. But just expect them to come and try to offer you something emotional. And if you feel like they've already come and tried to do that, maybe it's like they're going to try to say sorry, or they're going to try to, you know, emotionally kind of, you know, connect. Am I still buffering? Let me know. Because that would suck if it is, because I don't know. Okay, so basically I was just saying that, you know, if you already feel like they've been coming in and trying to do that, well, maybe they're going to try to come in and offer you something emotional, like, I'm sorry, or please, you know, you're my everything, or, like, whatever, you know, just something, like, emotional, something, like, trying to express themselves emotionally to try to get you to, you know, accept them, or take them in, or whatever. Hey, Nick Smiley. You guys check out Nick Smiley Mystical Tarot in the chat right here. Nick Smiley Mystical Tarot. Go check her out. She has her own channel. She does readings. Okay. No problem, Jay. You're like, I already knew that, but I keep forgetting to add this deck to the reading, so I'm going to add it tonight. Who was that from? Okay, Catrian. And then we have Azalea. Okay, so I have 4 questions to do now. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so I don't know who that was actually, the Catrian. That's actually a really pretty name. I like that. So, who sent from PayPal? Hang on a sec. Who was that from PayPal? Let's see. And we got Azalea too. 2 questions, and then we have, okay, Jaded Kate. Any details about my future spouse, please, and channel messages you might have for me. Okay. So the thing about these questions, I don't really do them the same as everybody else, because to me, like, being realistic, like, we don't really know for sure if you're gonna even have a future husband, right? Some people never get married, you know, just saying. So it's like, let's look first into, like, you know, what your future, like, if we can do that, if we could see what your future kind of, like, what is coming for you in love, like, what should we, you know, focus our attention on. You can manifest different things than what you have already manifested now, but I'm just saying, as of right now, whatever your mindset is about it, you know, you're wanting a husband, you're wanting to have a future spouse, you think you'll have one. So let's look into kind of what we can find out here. Actually, we should use the romance angels for this, because it's kind of about romance. So let's see. You want to know about her future love situation. Will she have a spouse at all? Will she have a spouse today? What is her love situation? What's her love life looking like in the future? Any major events or relationships here that we can look at for her that would resemble marriage or a spouse or some kind of deep connection like that? What's the deepest connection that we're going to find here? Most significant relationship. Okay, this one. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So it's kind of like a word of advice, I guess you could say, that it's basically saying, look, if you want to have a future spouse, or if you want to get married, or you want to have like a good, fulfilling relationship, this is something that you should take note of. And basically it's saying forgiving and learning. It's funny because... Oh, it's not funny. It's interesting because it's saying as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So it's kind of funny that you're asking about the future, because it's kind of trying to tell you, like, look, your past is going to influence your future. So if you're stuck on something from the past, or you're really, like, hurt by something, or something has, like, changed you feel like, from the past, a love situation, then you need to try your hardest to release that and to live in now. Because right now, it's where you're going to find it. Like, you're not going to find it in the future, because we're living right now, you know, always. So it's kind of like, if you're living for the future, you're living for the past, then it's like you're missing out on what you could be getting here right now, the present moment. And you'll experience more love in your present moment if you were able to, you know, live in the present moment, basically. It's kind of hard to do, though. You know, it really is. It's really hard to do that. But you can do it. It's just, you know, we have to be conscious of that. It says healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So maybe this has something to do with your childhood, your parents, your upbringing, or, you know, just any kind of, like, negativity you have towards them. You know, I don't know what happened. It's not like I'm trying to tell you, invalidate you and tell you should just, you know, get over it already. I'm just saying this is going to help you to, you know, and look, soulmate. So there you go. Basically, yes, this is your soulmate. So basically, yeah, it's like, this whole thing is leading up to the same thing. And basically what it's saying is forgiving and learning, healing family issues, soulmate. So it's like, that's when you find the right person for you, is when you're able to let these things go, heal, and become the person that you want to be. Like, manifest who that is, you know? Hang on, I have to show you something, because you're probably not understanding at all what I'm talking about. And so I have to show you this, because it's very important. This is what I'm trying to talk about to you. It's this video that later on I want you to watch, just to see what you think, because it changed my whole perspective on everything, so maybe it will to you as well. I hope. So when we're done with this, I want you to check it out. And see what you think, because anything is really possible, you know? You can really actually manifest whatever the fuck you want. And it's important that you are able to do that, you know, because then you'll have any possibility you want, really. You want a spouse, and it's kind of like, you need to heal some shit before you're able to have that, it looks like, you know? So let's see what else we can get here for them. What is this relationship going to be like? What does she need to know about the relationship? Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. So it's cool because, you know, you're going to be guided to take certain steps. Your intuition is going to be trying to tell you things. And so whatever you feel is right in the situation is probably what you should go with. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't go with what our gut is telling us or our intuition, you know, is telling us. And we miss out on things or things happen and we're like, oh shit, we could have seen that coming, but we just didn't listen to ourselves. So try to, you know, listen to your intuition more, get more in touch with that if you can, and you should be more guided towards this person and the right steps to take and the right things to do in regards to or in response to the situation. And forgiving and learning, again, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. This is super important for you just because it keeps coming up, and I think it's important to note that there's some shit that you're hanging on to, obviously. And we all are to some degree, right? But, you know, for some reason this keeps coming out for you, and so I feel like that's just important to, like, highlight that and let you know that, you know, there's some shit you need to release. And probably even after you meet the person, you know, there's going to be other things, and you should just focus on letting go of those things so that you can, like, become lighter and find somebody to add to your life instead of feeling like a burden on someone or someone feeling like you're a burden. You feel like you add to each other's lives, you know? One more here about this person. What do we need to know about this person? Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Interesting. It kind of seems like maybe this is saying, like, because it keeps saying forgiving and learning too. I wonder if it's saying, like, there's lessons that need to be learned still with the person. I don't know what you think about past lives or anything. Some people don't believe in that. That's fine. If you don't believe in it, then, you know, it's kind of like just saying, like, this person feels comfortable. You know them. Like, or it's like you know them. It's like you've met before. It's like you kind of are familiar with the energy. You don't feel like they're a stranger. You feel comfortable with them very quickly. And, you know, it just kind of feels like you've known them before. Or you've already known them even though you know for sure you haven't met them. So, it could be somebody that you don't even know right now, really. Is it still buffering? No, it's good? Okay. Wait, is it good? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me and everything's good, okay? Good? Okay. So, what was the last thing you heard, Jaded Kate? Because, okay, basically I was just saying, like, you can manifest these things. Like, you can manifest your life, you know, your lover, whatever. You can manifest these things. You have to know what it is that you're looking for so that you can know when you find it. You know, you can't just, like, I mean, you can, but it's like you go out there, you waste a bunch of time dating people that you don't even, that aren't good for you, and you kind of have to know what it is you're looking for, right? So, and it said very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So it's kind of a clue to you. You got to start manifesting. You got to start figuring out what that person actually looks like, right? So that they can come to you. And not what they literally look like, but what they, what you feel in the relationship, or what the relationship is about for you guys, you know? I wonder if I can, like, go back here, still do it. Okay, so, you had another question. Did you want to look if, did you want to look at your, well, you said kind of two questions right here. Did you want to see channeled messages, or, did you want to see, did you have a different question? Aw. Oh my god. Okay. Let's do this then. You're funny. Aw. You're like, wait, what? Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable here because I'm like struggling to do that, but we're gonna figure it out, guys, together. So just hang in there with me. Alright, so let's get back to this. I'm not gonna go away again. So, let's see. Okay, so you want that same question. Okay. So, let's see if we can get this person, any details on them or what it would be like. Did I make you a moderator? Oh shit, my bad. I did not mean to do that, but I really didn't even mean to do that. That's funny. That's funny that happens to you so much. Shit. But I mean, if you don't mind, shit. I don't mind either. Anyway, so let's continue because I don't want you to be like, what the fuck. So, alright, so let's see. Tell me anything we need to know. So basically with this question, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at, any kind of like, because remember you're supposed to manifest this guy, right? Or girl, right? So, well, when you do this, let's have have an intention. Let's see what comes out here and what we need to know about them. What is it looking like? What's going to come up here for you with this person? Okay, well, shit. Can't say that you're poor or without success. 10 of Pentacles, it's like the best you can get of the Pentacles. Yep, 2 of Cups here, that's the Lover. That's good, that's good. High Priestess. So it's kind of like you already know. Like, if you, like, you're like, yeah, okay, so the High Priestess knows things intuitively without being told directly. So for you, I feel like either you already knew that in the future, or you feel like intuitively you just kind of have always felt, possibly, that in the future you and your husband, or, wife, whatever it is, your spouse in the future, or your partner in the future, you're going to be successful. You guys are going to run a business or something. It's like the High Priestess kind of already knows things. So maybe you already knew, like, yeah, I'm not going to be struggling with money. I'm not going to be poor. I'm going to have, like, a lot of money, or I'm going to be doing well business-wise. And yeah, that's what's coming out. You guys could even have a business together. And this shows that you guys are actually very similar. Like, and if you're not similar literally, it's that you guys click. So even if you're opposites, you click. I mean, basically you guys have like you guys are on the same page of what you're wanting in a connection, in a relationship. So it's almost like they manifested you as well, which is ideal and nice because you're exactly what they want and they're exactly what you want. So this is kind of how you're feeling in the relationship. Anything we need to know from him specifically, like anything, any messages that we can get, any kind of like intuitive insights here. Okay, Nine of Swords. There's going to be a lot that you're going to go through. Let's see what else. Headed toward... But it's going to bring you even more success, like as a person. I don't mean as a couple, I mean as an individual. Like you're a very strong woman, and you're going to be seeing why that's going to come out here. Like you're going to be going through a lot of shit. So maybe this person's either helping you to get through a lot of shit, or they're they're with you, they're by your side while you're going through this shit, and they're seeing you become this very stable, strong, like not self-assured, but sufficient woman. Like you have your pentacle there and you're holding it, and it's just you've come so far, you've built all of this strength, and you've built all of this wealth basically, and all this stability in your own life and security, and you don't really need anyone else. So they're kind of watching you grow into this woman, and they're just saying, look, things are hard now, or if things are hard now, or whenever things are hard, just think about you're doing this for a reason, you're going through this for a reason, you have a purpose, and you're supposed to just stay strong and push through, because at the end of the day, you're going to be this very strong woman that people are going to look up to. You're going to be able to take care of yourself, So it's a good thing. You're going to be wise, you're going to come from a lot of hard times, but it's for a reason, it's for a purpose. So it's almost like this person's supportive of you already. I feel like it's a good connection, because not only the Two of Cups was there showing that you guys have this strong connection, this strong bond, this very connected bond that, what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've ever felt that before, but it's kind of like that this person just has your back and supports anything that you do. And it's just a connection that it's kind of nice. I mean, I would say that you're looking for this, and it's kind of like maybe this is showing what you're manifesting now. Since I'm saying you got to manifest it, just think about what exactly you want. And now we're doing this question. It's kind of like exactly what you would want. I feel like that's kind of exactly what somebody would want in a relationship. They'd want somebody who's very connected, has their back, is supportive, watches them grow, and is with them during hard times. But they're just saying, remember, keep your head up and keep pushing forward. Don't let this get to you. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it stop you, because you will be, security. You will have your own security. You will be self-sufficient. You will be stable, and you'll have what you need, even though you feel like sometimes you won't. And this is kind of interesting too, because look, Queen of Wands is kind of the other side of it. Queen of Pentacles was what we're just talking about, the self-made. And then Queen of Wands is all about, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want and no one can stop me. I don't even care. She's not even having the conversation about what she's doing. There's no rules. There's no limitations. She's just doing it, and she's not feeling bad about it. She's just going and getting whatever she needs to get. And I don't mean in a careless, selfish way. I just mean a way that's you're not limited by anybody. No one can hold you back. So that's a good thing, You're going and doing whatever you feel you want to do in life, and not hurting people or anything, but just making shit happen for yourself. And I guess that's kind of the mindset you'd need to have if you're going to be, a person who can take care of yourself. You're not going to let other people get in your way of doing that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of different passions too that you have, that you want to get started with, that you want to be a part of, and you want to make happen for yourself. You have things, ideas that you're passionate about, and then you just go for it. This is the Page of Cups, so it's basically saying new, something just being created. So it's the beginning stages of it, something you're very emotionally passionate about, and you go for it. And here with the Ten of Cups, it's talking about, there's a lot of happiness here. You see this family together with this child, they're all cuddled up, and everything's good, and everything's happy, and that's, the best you can get from the cups there. And same with the Ten of Pentacles in the beginning of the reading. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, that's kind of the best you can get, with the situation. You have everything, you have money, you have wealth, and you have happiness. Well, good for fucking you. I mean, this sounds ideal. It sounds ideal, which is scary, because you said your name's Jaded Kate, which is funny because I'm pretty jaded too. So when I tell somebody a reading like this, it's kind of I go, I cringe, because it's yeah, sounds too good to be true. But hey, if you manifest this, then why wouldn't you be able to have it? Why wouldn't you? You have to see it. You have to believe it first. You have to actually see it. So keep your head up. Be strong. Remember, everything you go through is for a reason and a purpose. And you're supposed to be going through it, And you didn't really need him to tell you that, but I guess a reminder's good sometimes. Reminder's nice. Keeps us focused. Keeps us on the right track, right? So don't give up. But there is going to be shit that you go through. It's funny your name's Jaded Kate, too. How weird. How would they know if you're not jaded, you know? Other readers say you're not jaded. That's so weird to me. How could they make such a statement? You're not jaded. If your name's Jaded, I'm going to go ahead and say you're probably a little jaded. You feel like you are, you know? And if you feel like you are, then shit. Who am I to tell you you're not? But hey, maybe they're just trying to keep you focused on something more positive. You know, like Jaded Kate, don't think that that's all you'll ever be. Don't think that that's all you're ever going to have to, you know. That's not your potential. That's not what you're going to rise to be. You can get out of that, you know. There you go. Well, that's good, yeah. Definitely shouldn't think of yourself as jaded, you know, like I just said, but it's definitely not like a positive thing, an uplifting thing that gives you possibility, you know, so you have a lot of possibility. We all do. And I guess calling yourself jaded isn't really the way to, like, see that, you know. It's not the way to see yourself, you know, in your highest potential. Okay, so we had... Then we have Azalea. And then let's see. CashApp, you said. Or, I'm sorry, PayPal, you said. Farah. Pretty sure you probably came through if you sent it. Let's check it out. Okay. Yeah, I did get it, Farah. Yes. Yes, I did. So, Azalea and Farah, can you post your question as well, please? What is the current energy between me and Alberth, Leo? Current energy here between Azalea and Alberth. Oops. Alberth. Ha! That's funny, like Leo. Anyway, you could be like having a hard time letting something go, or you're kind of like trying to spy on them up through social media or through their friends, or just not speak to them directly but get information. What are they doing? What are they up to? But not talking to them directly. There could have been like arguments or some kind of tension between you. I feel like you guys have a past, but I feel like you're gonna tell me this is a new person. Let's see what kind of person this is first of all before you tell me. What is this what is this person in your life? A person who does what they want to do. It's hard to collaborate with them because they're kind of like they're an independent thinker. They don't really need anyone's validation or anyone to say, like, be on board with them. They kind of just go their own way. There's some kind of healing here that you're gonna have to do. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay, so, the person, I don't know if there's going to be a commitment because it seems like there's, like, something hurtful here. Something hurtful that you kind of, like, have to get over, and it leads you to something that's either going to be a drastic change or an ending. So it could be a short-lived connection, if any at all. There's some kind of, like, pain and sadness, some healing that has to be done, and it's headed towards this drastic change or ending. This is also Scorpio, so if there's a Scorpio involved, that's possible. For some reason, there's pain and sadness. Tell me more about this Nine of Swords here. What is this about? What's this Nine of Swords about? What is this pain? What is this healing that needs to be done? What is this Nine of Swords about here, please? Six of Swords, someone leaving. Traveling, moving, making distance, whatever it is. You're not going to be close to them anymore, and it's sad. It's hard for you. And then, possibly. Let's see what they're feeling about this. So this is a big change for you, but it's going to lead toward maybe an ending between you guys, a separation, or some kind of, like, you're not going to communicate anymore. Or, I don't know that for sure if there's going to be no communication, but I'm just saying, like, there's an ending here, or a change, huge change. So, what is this? Yeah, this person has mixed feelings about you, but there is the Ace of Cups there. I feel like maybe you guys, in the past, had some kind of, like, connection, but now it's, like, not the same as it was. or there was more potential in the past and something may have happened and now it's not looking as like sure, you know? Because now they're the Two of Pentacles. It's like they're weighing their options. They're not so sure about this, but there's still the Ace of Cups here, so it's like there's still potential there. There's still the opportunity may come still. And it feels kind of like nostalgic. Like to me it feels like there's something that happened in the past where you guys were closer, you guys were about to date, or there was something more there was more like there was more desire to make this happen, and now it's like there's, you know, somebody's not so sure. You said my ex is Leo, but this is a new Leo. Okay. So you're saying that you think this might be the old one that we're looking at? Well, if the Leo, did the old Leo leave you? Because if they left you, but I don't know, that would be kind of like, I still feel like it's this person weighing their options on something, on you, on this, you know? So let's see about this new Leo, if we can channel them only, not the ex. I saw reunion. Okay, we're not going to go there. Tell me about this new Leo person. I feel like there's going to be a separation. There's going to be something that happens and you guys are going to have to... There's still love there, though. It's weird. Tell me about this, tell me about this new Leo and their feelings for Azalea, if they have any. What do they feel for her currently? Ooh, Ten of Swords. Okay. Yeah. What happened here? Because, you know, like I said, there was something that went down that happened that made it so that it's not as it used to be. Like, you guys were close, almost like probably gonna date, and then now it's like he's not so sure, and there's something of betrayal here, some kind of like person being cut out of their lives, or them feeling like they were done wrong, or them feeling like they were kind of you know, like left for dead basically, or like they just aren't important to you, like whatever you want to call it. Something went down. Do you think, I mean, you did him wrong. So maybe, so this new Leo knows that and thinks that that could happen to them. Is that what it is? Do they know about that? Because this is, I'm feeling like this is the new Leo we're talking about. And Ten of Swords, you said you did your ex wrong. Maybe the new Leo knows about that and they're thinking like, ooh, I'm not so sure now because, you know, I'm not so sure if she wouldn't do the same thing to me. Or something similar, you know? Because I think I'm looking at the new Leo here and it's like, but it's weird because it's almost like, did somebody just tell him about this or something? Because before he wasn't, like now he's having second thoughts. But I feel like it wasn't always that way. But I don't know if it's completely over yet. He still has that there, you know? Ace of Cups is, there's still an opportunity that can come for this, but there's something that's going to lead to a big change. Maybe that's the big change is, you know, finding out that side of you, and now he's kind of worried about it or something. He's worried that that could be him next. That you could do the same thing to him. Tell me what he thinks about her. Does he worry? What is the Ten of Swords here for? You can't tell me that he doesn't know, because the Tower, I mean, this is what he's expecting with you. I don't think he's, I mean, then again, sometimes we think the worst is going to happen, we still go for it, right? The Ace of Cups is here. It's hard to go against that, because it feels right, you know, it feels like there's a lot of opportunity and potential in this. I would say he's probably still going to entertain the thought of being with you, but then it's like he's worried that you're gonna fuck him over, or that it's gonna be a life-changing experience for him with the Tower there. Like, there's some changes that need to be made for sure. And we all have changes we always need to make, but the thing is, like, with this situation, like, if you don't want this Ten of Swords, you might even do it again. Like, how do you know that you won't do the same thing you did to your ex? I'm just saying, not hating. I'm just saying, like, it seems like you could manifest that if you don't make changes. Like, if you don't make changes, then what makes you think you wouldn't go back to that same kind of way about you? Look at this. Reunion. So if it's not a reunion with your ex, maybe it's a reunion with the way you used to be. You know, something something coming back around, coming back together, and coming back and, you know, you reuniting. Four of Swords, take a break. You probably shouldn't date at all. I think it's saying, you know, like, take a break, take a rest on all of this. I feel like I've said that to you before, like, a lot of times. Like, I'm like, maybe you should just be single, you know, and it's always like, no, not really an option. I mean, of course it is, but, like, you know, for you, you just don't feel like doing that. Look, it's saying, close yourself off, use your better judgment, and choose who you allow into your life, and into your sphere, and into your energy, because basically you're allowing, you know, if you allow everyone in your energy, or certain people anyway, it could be really bad for you. Like, you kind of have to be choosy with it. You can't just let anybody in. Like, maybe not your ex, you know, maybe not certain people you know are toxic for you, or bring out a bad side of you, or encourage and enable bad sides of you. You know, like, you just have to kind of, like, take a rest. Maybe you should just be alone. I'm sure that the Hermit card would be, like, a perfect card to come out right now, because I would say, like, self-reflect and be on your own, and, like, just think about what you need to do next, and, like, really think about it inside. Don't, like, tell everybody about it. Like, it's just you know? But it's not here. But I would say that's the missing piece to this reading, is basically doing that time to yourself, self-reflection, isolation, but, like, you know, choosing the isolation. Yeah, I feel like, first of all, you need, I don't know, I mean, who knows what you need? I can't really tell you what you need to do, but I feel like with the reading, it's kind of saying, like, you need to, like, get certain people out of your life, take a step back, be in your own energy for a second, because I feel like other people influence you to do things. Not like what you did, your ex is what something influenced you, but I mean, like, this isn't even, I feel like you're not even really, like, you're going into these relationships, and it's kind of like, do you even know why? Do you even know what you want? Because I feel like you get distracted, or maybe it's just, you know, you get carried away with relationships, and you're kind of, like, losing track of, like, you know? It's kind of, it's like you need to just probably be single for a while. And then maybe you can actually build, like, a, you know, a character that people see and they know that it's just who you are. It's not because, like, oh, you know, you're not, like, it's not rubbing off from your last relationship, or it's not like people are influenced and think of you in a certain way because of how you were in a last relationship. It's kind of just like you're you know, and they know that. They don't think anything because of your past. You don't want to have a bad impression on people because of something from your past, you know? Wow, 3 Pentacles here. There's the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. So focus on your money, your stability, and your, you know, your work, whatever makes you feel stable, whatever makes you feel secure. Money, material items, like a home, a job, a car, things that you, material items that make you feel safe, like, and stable, you know, like things that you need to thrive, you know, in the material world, basically. Not like I'm, like, encouraging you to just be focused on the material world, but it's saying, like, basically focus on what makes you feel secure and safe. Maybe it's saying that because then you won't really need a relationship. Maybe relationships to you are kind of some form of security in a way. So in a way, if you become more self-sufficient, you will have opportunities to do that. If you focus on that more than anything, then you will probably be more choosy in general. You know, you won't feel like you just need to, like, go for, not saying you do, but it's just, you know, it'll be a little bit different in the dating world, because you won't just be, like, going after anyone. You'll have more worth. You'll have more standards, I guess you could say. You'll have more of, like, what you're expecting, or what you don't need just anything, you know, you need kind of just what you need, and that's not, like, if you can provide for yourself, then you really don't need much, and so it kind of lessens the amount of people that you could even, like, consider being with, you know, it'll narrow it down. How does he feel about me? Well, first of all, he is weighing his options. So I would say that there was something that he felt before, but now he's not so sure. And I think there's still, with that Ace of Cups there, there's still, like, him like, I feel, you know, maybe caring for you as well. Like you said, you care but about him, but it's like he just is a little, you know, wary, just kind of like not sure even what to think. But let's see if we can get anything else specifically. Anything else you want to add to that from that person, Albert? What are his thoughts and feelings about her currently? Okay, so it could be the birth of something, but it could be the birth of tension and arguments and problems with other people for some reason. So, like, there's potential there, but he thinks it would turn into something kind of chaotic. And it would be a cycle. So, yeah, he's, I think, probably worried about that it'll be a cycle. Like, you'll be his next, or he'll be your next person that your next victim, which is a little dramatic, but, you know, it's like the Ten of Swords is kind of dramatic in itself, and if you feel like you've done that before. I mean, the world here is like a cycle continuing, coming back around. It's not really much progress. It's not really anything different. It's kind of like the same thing as you go on. So it's something that he's not thinking is going to be much different. So if I were you, I'd probably try my best to like prove. I mean, not that you should have to, but if you do have a shitty past, then you kind of, and you want somebody to not think that of you, then you kind of have to show that you're not that person. And you shouldn't have to show, but the thing is, like, if you really do care about them that much, and you really want to be with them that much, and they're not trusting you because of something you've done in the past, then I don't know what else you could do than to just be a better person now and prove and show that every day, you know? And maybe, hopefully, they'll, you know, catch on. I think they have feelings, but they just don't really know what to think of you because they don't want to be that person that you've done wrong again, you know? They don't want to be your ex. Because I don't even know what you did, but I mean, it could have been, like, bad, and you Ten of Swords there, you know? It's like unexpected betrayal. It's not little. It's not, like, a little thing, you know? So they're kind of like, I'd be stupid to do that. But at the same time, like, I am interested in the person. But I think right now they're at the point of that Two of Pentacles. They're not sure. They're just weighing those options. It may take a while for them to even make a decision or for you to see any progress in this because, you know, that person tending to that garden here, it's going to take a while to see anything happen because they're still not sure. So I would just focus on being the best you can be, you know? You know, a good person, just a person that's trustworthy, faithful, and honest, and just, you know, reliable. Hey, but don't be fake about that. Don't just be, like, sending out an image and not actually be that. If you know, you say the person's a good guy, so just, if you really want them in your life, it's like you can't just be, like, acting like you're like that, you know, because they'll catch on to that. You have to actually be that. But don't just do it for them. Do it for yourself. You know, you don't want other people to think that of you either and have that ruin potential relationships and friendships and connections. You know, try to part as much as you can. Try to part away from that person that did those things back then, you know, and try to see how that happened, how it came to be. You know, we all make mistakes, but how did that mistake come to be? Like, how did that become reality for you, and how did that actually play out? Like, what things happened and what things could be done differently to not let that happen again, you know? Okay, let's see. Yes, Farah. Okay, I'll look at yours right now. Okay. Yes, so Farah, I know you posted yours already. Hi Lex. Hi Joya. Briannon. Okay, Farah, how does Hamoud feel being in a relationship with me? Let's see. So are you talking about like he's in one now with you? or you wanted to know if you would want to be in one. Like, you want to know, you guys are in a relationship now and you want to know how is he feeling, or you're not in one now, but you want to know if he, like, how he would feel in one with you, is what you're saying? Like, would he be interested? What's his energy regarding a relationship with Sarah? It could be after a long time of him being single, and he's now feeling like he has to, or he wants to, create some kind of a foundation or some kind of stable, you know, relationship where you guys are saving up money and you guys are stable and, you know, working on progressing and building your relationship and your security together. I still feel like this is a fairly new relationship with the Page of Cups here. It's like the early stages of it. But they're wanting something serious, I think. They're wanting something to where you guys are like saving money and actually building for a future, you know. So they're going to want somebody mature, like stable. I guess you already know. They could be wanting some kind of like motherly figure too, or some kind of like very nurturing, womanly, you know, very caring, very like, you know, nurturing, basically, person. And if you're that, then that's great. But the High Priestess here is saying you already know this, and you already know, like, whatever you're feeling about them is probably true. I mean, because whatever your intuition is telling you about the person is probably accurate. So just be nurturing. I mean, if you're that nurturing person already, then great. If you're not, then maybe, you know, tone it up a bit, or tune that up a bit. Like, try to be a little more nurturing and a little more, like, I guess you could say touchy-feely. I mean, it's more like caring and, like, well, I don't know, nurturing, you know, whatever that, the synonyms for that is. Let's see what else we can get here. What is the High Priestess trying to say here? Okay, so you don't really feel like he's, that's probably what you're asking. You don't really feel like he, wants to be with you, or like is happy and wants to progress and have a serious connection and a mature connection. You feel like he's kind of angry or bitter or resentful, or something's wrong here. He works a lot, or works very hard. He's very determined. So maybe he's just, when it comes to business, he's this very like cutthroat kind of, like he is a force to be reckoned with, possibly. There's something that I feel like is kind of like he gets angry, or there's some kind of like he's said some things that were mean before, or some kind of like angry, bitter. I don't know. There's this is not a good energy. The Five of Swords. It's really it's like a bully, a person who wants to win at all costs, like a person who's not going to And it's funny you said, yes, he's a nice guy, stable in everything a woman would want in a man, which is, I don't believe that for some reason. Like, with the Five of Swords, I just think that there's more to it than that. You said, yes, that's true, I don't feel he wants a mature relationship or commitment. He could work a lot or something, but there's something here that's like, what is the Five of Swords here? Let me just ask that first before I fucking ask you, you know, get into this. Well, he's not gonna get fucked over, by the way. Like, he's not gonna be screwed over. Because he will screw you over first. If that's even something, like, it's kind of like, I think he's been fucked over in the past, and now it's not even gonna be an option. Like, if he feels like you're doing something shady, he'll just, like, leave you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he won't even, like, he will not be fucked over again. So you're not going to be able to get very close to this person because they're kind of, like, not a person who gets close. Yeah, I feel like there's this hidden rage, you know? Like, that's not a good, I mean, it's not a good energy of, like, he's going to win at all costs, no matter what. See these people cowering away? He has the swords in his hands. He's, like, satisfied with that. You know, he wants people to either fear him or respect him kind of energy, you know? And it's like, I just don't really believe he's a nice guy, but I don't know. He might be. It's just that the Five of Swords is not a nice guy, so I'm just like, where does this add up? You know, like, where does that come in? Because there's more to that than just that. And see how you said it's everything a woman would want in a man, and now you're saying he said some bitter things to you and you don't want to be with him anymore? Or you're kind of thinking like maybe you didn't want to? It's kind of weird how that works. Okay. Lucky for you, though, I feel like there is a different connection coming in because, and very quickly and abruptly, might I add, there's like, it kind of would be without you even expecting it, I guess you could say. It's something coming in full force. You don't have any, you can't stop it. You can't see it coming to stop it. You know, it's kind of just like coming in and it's just there. And then you're like, oh, okay, hi, hello. This is what's, you know. So that's kind of cool. It's like, fuck this. But don't be on the lookout or anything because that's not what that is. You know, that's kind of like unexpected, I think. But it's a connection that's, you know, feels better, feels right? Then we have this disappointment, and then we have that stable that we were talking about before. So it's kind of like you need to let go of some negative things. Like, don't be looking at the negative. Don't be looking at the past, you know. Look at what you have left in your situation. Like, not like this situation, but just in your life in general. Like, you still have a lot of life to live. You don't have to, like, do anything you don't want to do. And don't look at what has happened. Don't look at the cups that are knocked over. Because that's the past. Look at these two opportunities that you still have. And you can take them and go and do whatever you want with these two opportunities that this is something new. It's uncharted territory. So take it and go and do something different than you did yesterday. Don't do the same thing, because it'll be the same result. You know, you'll get the same kind of relationships. This is you becoming more stable, and I think obviously that's a good place to start so that you don't really need anyone to lean on at all. And it might be a little more clear of what you're actually wanting in a love relationship because you don't need anything. You know, it's just leaving room for what you actually want to have instead of what you need. So I mean, it might take some time to get to that point. Like, you have to, like, probably not focus on other people as much as yourself, you know? Like, work hard and focus on what you're, you know, wanting to become, because the Queen of Pentacles there in that card, she's kind of looking lonely, and that's, you know, she probably is, but it's, you know, that's okay. She just has to do that to get to the point that she feels that she's enough. Not enough of, like, worth-wise, but just, like, that she can take care of herself. She has enough, you know, on her own. Well, I mean, that's interesting that you'd say that because it kind of looks like that's the advice. But I still feel like you might have some unexpected, like, person coming in too. New or old, but it kind of feels new. I mean, we're not saying reunion or anything or any kind of, like, past situation, but you can definitely choose not to be with anybody. That's up to you. Stability, security. Oh, Beth's life. Yeah, I'm doing donation readings right now, but after that we will look at some other people. I think there's some new people that are here still too. but because I want to focus on new people first, but stick around. So I have this one. I think I have 3 more to do, 3 more questions. Because I think, Farah, you have another question, right? Right. I did Azalea already, right? Yeah, okay, so I did Azalea, and then Farah. Farah, I think you have another question, right? Me, I've been reading, I guess, since 2018. Yeah, a few years. A few years now. Yeah, go ahead and post your second question, of course. But Dee Dee, if you want to post your questions, or Dai Dai, or Dee Dee, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, let me know. But you can post your questions as well, so that whenever I'm ready for you, I can just go ahead and start. I want to invest in a second Hi, Olive. I'm doing donations right now, but afterwards, stick around and I'll try to get to you as best I can, okay? I want to invest in second apartment and plan to rent the first one. Like, rent out the first one? Okay. Is this a good idea? Must be a good idea for her. Well, look, that's kind of funny because it's like focused on whatever brings you security, stability, security. New project there. Ooh! Oh! Shit. Look, okay. I think you're probably on the right track with that one. Oh, and even better. So remember the last part of your reading, the last reading was saying, like, this is what you should focus on now, like stability, security, and you will have opportunities to do that, right? Because aces are opportunities, and we can miss opportunities. Just like every other opportunity, we can miss opportunities, you know? But if you take advantage and you can see it when it's, you know, you can strike while the iron's hot, look at this. This new project, or, you know, kind of, it's a pentacle, so it's got to do with, you know, your security, your stability, your money. It's some kind of project like that. And you're focused on, like, how you can, like, gain more money. And, you know, he's, like, almost, like, dreaming. He's looking at this pentacle like, oh, if only I could have that one day, you know. This is what I'm aspiring to one day have. So, whatever, and it's the beginning stages. So, it's, like, the beginning stages of some kind of new project or some kind of new endeavor, some kind of new thing, what, you know, that you're describing is actually exactly what we're talking about. You know, something like that. So, this is, you know, there's a lot of potential in this, and there's a lot of opportunity. You know, beautiful opportunity here. So it's kind of like, I think you're on the right track with that whole idea. It's kind of seeming like that would be a good thing, especially with the Ten of Pentacles here. Success, you know, enough said there, I think. And then here you go, you'll have your, I feel like it's kind of weird coming after the Ten of Pentacles, because it's like, obviously, but like, it's just even more saying, like, then you'll have the self-sufficiency you want, because she has her 9 pentacles around her, she's got what she needs, she's all good, she doesn't need anyone. But she's not closed off or stingy or, like, selfish. She's, like, actually able to attend to this garden that's around her, and she's still able to give to that bird and feed that bird and nurture that bird. So it's like she's still open, her heart's still open, she has what she needs, she's worked hard for it, and she's gained it, and then she's still, like, a giving, loving person. So it's kind of cool, because it's like you haven't lost your kindness about you, I guess it's saying. Like, don't, like, let money, you know, change who you are, I guess. Like, don't let that get in the way of, like, the kind person you are, and still, you know, but I don't see that happening, obviously, because that 9 pentacles there, but it definitely seems like you can find success with that idea. I would go for it. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't. It seems like a fabulous idea. Ten of Pentacles is kind of the best you can get there, you know? I feel like, yeah. Well, since you're new, Carmen, I can go ahead and do yours for free because I want to get new people for sure in here. And you know, I don't require you to donate, but it's just people start doing that because they, you know, don't want to wait, or because they just want to get, you know, they don't want to have to, like, maybe I'll get a you know, like, if I wait long enough. So they see that people are donating, they're just like, I'm going to donate. But yeah, I can definitely do yours. You don't have to donate, and no one really does. I think that's why they do that, though. So I can definitely, like, if you can stick around a while and just, you know, wait for me to be done with the donation readings, then I do want to get some new people some readings here. So let's see. Okay, so we had Farah. I need to start writing this down. Then D. Okay, what's M's thoughts about me? Okay, perfect. What's M's thoughts about me? I think this is the last one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the last donation reading, actually. Yeah. Oh. Okay, there's another one. Just now. Let's see. Anne Marie. So yeah, this one, and then there's Anne Marie. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what are M's feelings about me? For Dee Dee. Let me use a different deck, actually, because I'm kind of tired of this energy of this one. Okay. I don't know if it's you or them. There's somebody here who's kind of like a non-committal type person. They don't really stay in relationships very long. They don't really want something serious. I mean, it could be very passionate, but it's just not something that's going to last long. You know, it's not something that's, like, committed, I would say, like, necessarily. I mean, it's something that's fun and exciting and passionate as fuck, but that's it. You know, then it's kind of over. So, you know, it would be something new and exciting. I would say that they think it's going to be fun, but they're worried a little bit about it for some reason, and I think either they see you as the Knight of Wands, which would be a person who's non-committal, or they are the Knight of Wands. And so, because if they have fears, I mean, it could be that they have fears and that's why they're non-committal, but really with this, usually it's the Nine of Wands in the middle here. It's usually like fear. I wouldn't think that that would make them non-committal. I mean, if you are a non-committal person, like, you already know, like, yeah, I don't really last long in relationships, then that could be why they, you know, fear being in a relationship or trying something out with you. But if that's them who's non-committal, I feel like you might be the one who's fearful, really. You know, I don't really think that... I mean, it's possible. I guess I shouldn't say that. But there's some kind of, like, weariness. They're on guard. They're not just, you know... I guess you could say, basically, it would be something fun, but I don't think they're gonna... I don't know if they see it that way now. They might not see it as they're not gonna be with you a long time. They might think they are, because it's passionate as fuck, so they might think, like, this could go somewhere, but it won't. But, you know, as far as we're seeing here, it won't, because the Knight of Wands doesn't do that. He'll be off to the next thing the next time. But basically here it's like maybe he just has trust issues in general. There's weariness when it comes to relationships in general. Or it's something that's so new and exciting that it's like kind of scary. It's like you got to be careful with that. But there's some kind of wariness. But either way, at the end of the day, I don't see it lasting long. But maybe he doesn't know that yet. He might think that it's going to now. But let's see what we can get for him. Ah! Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I did see that, Charlie. Thank you. Enjoy ya. I'm just doing donation readings right now, but if you can stick around a couple more minutes, then I'm going to do some new people, so. So let's see. What's this Nine of Wands here for? Why is this Nine of Wands here for this person in regards to you? Whoever's here right now, can you just go ahead and like this video for me, please, if you haven't done that already? Please like this video, because it just helps out the channel a little bit. It helps YouTube to see that people are engaging with this content and that they like it, so they're going to send it to other people to watch. So just go ahead and do that for me really quick if you could, please. Also subscribe, you guys, if you haven't yet. I'd love to have you aboard with us. Love to see some new faces. And you can get notified next time we go live, too. So, let's see. What is the Nine of Wands here for? Okay, so the honesty is an issue. There's Leo. Okay, so you already know what it's saying here. You already understand. Okay, so something about this having to do with honesty and having to do with someone being very straightforward and not emotional. Like, I'm talking about honesty in the clearest sense of, like, not like, oh... like, I really care what you feel right now. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I'm not really being... like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's just what it is, you know? It's what it is. Facts. You know, factual. Like, it's not about how you feel, really. So, they can be kind of cold and, like, impersonal. Like, they're kind of... they seem kind of cold when they're communicating, you know? And they kind of seem like they're being a dick, but they're really just being honest. And so, that could be kind of an issue for the honesty thing. If you have the tendency to be like, oh... well, I didn't mean it like that, or like, oh, you know, like, you'll say something, and then you'll be like, well, not like that, but it's like, yeah, like that, you know, like, you're kind of like, you censor yourself, or you don't say things just straightforward. That could be kind of an issue. He doesn't really know how to feel about that, probably, because King of Swords, he might feel like you have something to hide, or something's like, he doesn't really know you very well, because you're kind of just trying to tell him what he wants to hear, or something. And then Leo here. So, I don't know if it could be Leo, but I feel like more if it's talking about strength in general, it's talking about the endurance or the lasting, like the ability for this relationship to last long, like the endurance, you know? Like, could we make it last? Like, I don't know, he's wary about you. Yeah.
Hey, I'll go
Okay. So, yeah, he's wary about you. And you need to be more straight up and honest instead of like trying to tell him what he wants to hear, beating around the bush, or trying to be nice or be what he wants, you know? So it could just be trust issues in general. Because if you're being straight up and honest, like, and you're not that person that's trying to be like, tell him exactly what he wants to hear, I feel like he just thinks you're kind of full of shit. Like, not, you know, see, I'm doing it right now. Like, he either thinks you're full of shit, or he just thinks, like, there's something you're not saying, or he just thinks, because the king of swords is kind of like, I'm not going to take bullshit, you know? Like, I want you to just be honest and tell me the straight out truth. So, I think he's worried, obviously, about that, and then about the endurance of the relationship. Like, would you even last long? For some reason, honesty's coming up, so honesty and being straightforward, saying exactly how you feel, and without being emotional. Like, it's just factual shit, like, just exactly what it is without having to be emotional about it, you know? That's weird. He doubts what you say. So give me anything else we can get on this. Okay. Okay, so there could be a Virgo person around you involved in the situation somehow, or a Cancer person, or I'm sorry, not Cancer, but water. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Oh, also we have Earth here, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I feel like more with this King of Pentacles, it's kind of telling you, like, you need to be more focused on material instead of, like, relationships exactly right now. Like, it's more about, like, building yourself up right now. And it's, you know, even saying time alone. Like, with the Hermit card here, it's kind of like time alone and time to, like, self-reflect. And with the King of Cups, that could even be you too, because it's saying self-care, you know, having that nurturing, supportive person. Like, if this person isn't that, it's kind of like a waste of time, because I feel like maybe that's something you need more right now, instead of, like, focusing on someone else giving that to you. It's kind of like you giving it to yourself would be better. So maybe you're looking for something in the person, maybe they're just, you know, you're seeing what you don't really want right now, and that's why it's like, you're not so sure about it, or it's uncomfortable. Maybe because it's just not something that you need to entertain. Ooh. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's a good combination right there. Not. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I'm just kidding. Oh, my God, Beth, you too. Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. You know it too, huh? You know exactly what I'm talking about, huh? Okay, let's go to, didn't we get, though, in the beginning, too, was that you? Was that your reading that we got, the non-committal thing? Because that would make more sense. Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. Okay. I mean, it's not that I don't like them, it's just, like, in relationships, it's kind of like, ooh, good luck, you know? This, good luck. Okay, so yeah, let's go with, did you post your question yet, Joya? Or Hoya, or Joya, I'm not sure. Let's go with Carmen, and then we'll go with you, Joya. So, okay. And then Beth. And then Jana. Okay, let me write this down so I don't forget your guys' name. Carmen, Joya, Beth, and Jana? Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't even say quiet, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, they're really cool at first. But everyone's different, I guess I can't generalize. Okay, so Carmen, you said, how does Demetrius feel about me? He's an Aries and I'm in Gemini. Woo-wee. Okay. Ah! Let me get something to drink really quick, okay? 2 seconds. Okay, so let's do this. I was like, I gotta get something. My throat's dry. Okay. Oh, I'll check that out. Thanks for telling me about that. I'll check that out. I love decks. I love new decks, like different ones, you know? Okay, Gianna, thank you. We'll get to you right after this one then. So, Demetrius. How does this Aries person feel about this Gemini person? Aries. Okay. It's kind of... Oh, so have you been a player or something in the past? Have you been a person who... Maybe they look at you as a person who's like a... I don't know, like a gold digger or something, or like a person that just like... You're interested in money or something and it'll be like a short-lived relationship. Like they feel... Ten of Swords, first of all, so I would say that you fucked somebody over in the past, maybe. And so I'm not trying to say anything against you. I mean, if this isn't true, then it's not true, and simply, I'm not saying that's who you are, or that's what you are about. I'm just saying, like, for some reason, this is coming out for them, seeing this. So this could be, maybe they're just, they don't trust women in general. You know how some people are like, oh, fuck bitches get money, or like all women are liars, cheaters, and whores, and it's like, obviously that's not true, but like they feel that way. So if you feel like you've never really fucked anyone over like that, then maybe that's just what we have here, basically. But I feel like they're seeing it as like you fuck them over and kind of like you're not a person to get serious with or something, or like, but you wouldn't take it serious, See, he's like on guard, but is there a reason? Do you know why that is, or is that because is there a valid reason for that, or is that like there is no valid reason for that, and he's just like that, It could just be him. Why does he feel like this about Carmen, though? Do we see anything specific about her that is valid, that he feels like... I mean, not that it's not valid, but it's like, that is, like, why does he feel like that about her? Can you give us more insight on that? Hard work. Okay, weird. So he's focused on his money right now. I'm asking why he feels that way about you, and all I'm seeing is basically he's put out most of the effort in his past relationships or his past situations. So they're showing like he's doing all this work on his own, but he feels that. Like, he knows that, like, in his mind, he's put out a lot of effort, and he doesn't want to waste time on somebody who's not going to do the same thing, somebody who's going to just use them, or somebody he's going to have to put most of the effort out for again. Like, maybe he just feels like that's what it's going to be with you, too. But he's, money and material items are main thing, for him, at least right now. So it's like, this is kind of the goal, and this is kind of, well, that's where the opportunities lie, too. It could take a while for this to progress at all, like, because he feels this way. It's kind of limiting. Like, it's kind of like if he feels like that's how it's going to be with everybody, then it's like he's kind of, he's missing out on certain relationships and certain connections that he could really enjoy, which could be you. But I feel like this person's pretty, like, if, I can say jaded, like we were talking about earlier, it's like he doesn't really have a reason to really think that of you, so I feel like that's just on him. You know what I mean? Like, but I think there's already some limiting beliefs, like, he's tired and overworked, so he's looking for somebody who, obviously, I guess, could take the load off a little bit, but even if you were that person that could do that, and provide and be there for him, and kind of, like, pull your own weight, and also add to his life, he still wouldn't even see that, you know what I mean? Like, he's looking at the negative, I feel like, right now. He's looking at all girls are the same, and everybody's, I'm going to put out all this effort and not get it in return. So it's kind of like, it might be kind of like exhausting to be with somebody like that, or to try to prove to them that you're not like the others kind of thing. I would just be careful with, like, putting too much energy yourself, even though that's what he's kind of looking for, is somebody to put in all this effort. Like, if you feel like you're putting more effort than you should be putting, or than you're comfortable with, then, take note of that, definitely. Don't just feel like you have to keep doing it to win him over. Because the person's looking at the negative. Like I said, you see the 3 cups knocked down? That's the past. Shit that's gone down that didn't work out. And that's what he is laser focused on. So it's kind of like, if you can get under that and, like, get around that, great. But, these 2 opportunities here that he sees, he's not even seeing them. So, like, like we're saying, he's not even seeing how this could be different and this could be a great thing. He's just kind of like, fuck it, like, it's not going to work out anyway. And then we have this at the bottom, how weird. So it's funny because it's like he's looking for that, but he's also not. Like, he's also fucking himself over by his mindset. You said... I didn't even see your comments until right now. Oh yeah, for sure, Charlie. Are you still here, Charlie? Oh, you just said that right now. Okay. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Definitely. What does OC... Okay. Let me see about the attraction, and then I'll do that for you right now, Charlie, okay? Let me see about attraction. I mean, I feel like yes, but let's just see what else there... I mean, let's see what we can get about how he feels about that, like, specifically, if we can. But yeah, definitely I feel like there's an interest there. It's just that he's kind of, like, not seeing people. Like, he's just kind of, like, thinking everyone's... It's his world right now, and he probably doesn't even realize he's doing that. I mean, we do that. Like, that's what jaded people do. I've definitely been there. But it's just, it's a limiting mindset, you know? It's kind of, he's missing out on life. But he doesn't know that, you know, so it kind of sucks, but... Is he attracted? Are you older than him? Or is he older than you? Because, again, he wants somebody who is self-sufficient, so if that's you, that's good. But in a way, it's kind of like, I feel like maybe he feels like he's going to be rejected by you, or he's not good enough for you or something, or that you would, like, leave him in the dust or something. The reason I asked if you're older than him is because this person, it's like an older person giving to a younger person, right? But something emotional. Sorry, these comments right here are different. Those ones are older, so I don't see what you're saying. You said, yes, I'm older than him. So yeah, it's funny because this person is older giving to somebody younger, so I think he thinks that you would kind of be, rejecting, or like something, like you wouldn't, like you leave him in the cold, like you leave him in the like you leave him on his own, basically. Like you'd just kind of be like, you dipset out of there, and he'd be like embarrassed or like ashamed, like, you know, he just wouldn't feel good about that, obviously, and then he feels like he'd be stuck. Like, I don't know, it's kind of funny because it's like he's got all this shit, and it's like nothing's even happened yet, but he's already imagining all these things that could be happening, and it wouldn't work out for him, and how it would be bad for him because shit hasn't been good for him in the past. So you've got the case of somebody who's kind of just and then that self-sufficient person who's giving. The thing is, even if you showed him that side who's self-sufficient and also giving, still not closed off and stingy and like heartless, he wouldn't even know, he wouldn't believe it, you know what I mean? He wouldn't believe it if he saw it, if you were that, if you were everything. Like, if you were everything that he's needed, he still wouldn't be able to believe that that's what he's seeing. It would be like, no, there's something wrong with you, because he's worried and scared, I would say. But I don't know if he's, like, living like that, or if he's, like, living, like, he's expressing that, or if he even knows that. But I feel like he's being kind of, not condescending, but, like, he's being rejecting himself just because he doesn't want to be rejected. So obviously he sees that you're attractive, and sees that you're probably, you know, worth more than he is in his, you know, view of things. Interesting. So he may not even go for this just because of he doesn't want to be rejected or embarrassed. Well, oh my god. Wow. Okay. I think the work thing is like his like escape or his like crutch, because it's like it keeps coming back to that. It keeps coming back to like somebody who's just trying to focus on their money and working and like, you know, doing the right thing and being stable, and that's something that he can run away to, almost like workaholism or something. But like I'm like, I don't think he'll even like make this happen because of like he's worried about being rejected, but then it's showing that he's going to be coming forward. But the thing is, he's coming forward with this fucking mindset that I want to keep reminding you, like this disappointment, like just already seeing disappointment, already seeing negativity within it, like just looking at the past, and it's going to make it the future, you know. He's going to bring that into your guys' situation, and that's just like, I don't even know if, you know, you want to go there or think that's even worth, you know. It's kind of, it seems like almost like you have to like bring, like you'd have to like comment, like it's like a child that's scared, and you have to calm them down, or you have to like, you know, convince them that it's gonna be okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, dude, it's not always gonna be negative. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, maybe talking about it would help. Because then you're like, look, I'm not trying to, like, be, like walk around, like I'm not trying to act like anything. It's like, if this is a problem, like let's talk about it, let's get it out on the table, like you have nothing to worry about, you know, kind of thing. Instead of like being like, I think he's kind of scared and I'm just gonna act like this. It's like, no, let's get it out there, you know. So what's going on with this? Like, is this a you like have trust issues or something? Like, did something happen? I don't get it. Like, why are you like that with me? I mean, there's no reason, you know. Just kind of being like straightforward. Maybe that will work. Okay, Jana. What does OC think of me and our unborn child? What will be the outcome of our situation? Will we be together or will he stay in his current relationship? Okay. Okay, let's see what we can get here. You got a situation, don't you? You got a situation. I want to use the karma cards for this because it tells us more about outcomes and more about actions and outcomes. So let's see. So first of all, we'll do, so we got planets, signs, and houses, and planets, signs, and houses, and we'll shuffle each one while you think of the question, which is basically you want to know about an outcome, right? You want to know about an outcome, like what's the outcome going to be here of this situation? Meaning, like, will he stay in the relationship with her, or his current relationship? So what's the outcome here? Okay, well, isn't that fitting? Just keep thinking of that question you have, okay? Keep thinking about how you want to know about that outcome. Keep thinking about that outcome. Okay. So let me show you this really quick, how it works. With the outcome, we're looking at the blue. So we're looking at spiritual, spiritual, mental, and physical. So let's see here. It all will spell out, it'll, be a sentence here. So you have Saturn in Virgo in the 10th house. Saturn and Virgo in the 10th house. So you see at the top, it's like a sentence. Ready? It goes like this. The top, it's like a sentence straight through, and then the second one is the whole sentence, and then the third one's a sentence. So I'll read this to you really quick. The maturity that brings methods for the healing power of your destiny. Caution regarding the analyzing of where you're going. Limits imposed resulting from the perfectionism of your career. Okay, so maybe being a mother is a career in a way too, right? It's like a full-time job. So let's see. A maturity that brings methods for the healing power of your destiny is the outcome. So it's basically saying be careful, and also caution regarding the analyzing of where you're going. Be careful analyzing too hardcore, like where this is going, and worrying yourself about that, because and like there's no perfect way to do this. Like you're gonna want to be like the perfect mother, like the perfect, you want to be perfect at it, but there's no perfect in this. So just know that like basically you're doing the best you can. You just have to like focus on that. But the thing is, like, the maturity that brings methods for the healing power of your destiny, I would say it's almost like saying that it doesn't even matter, because what you're needing to be focused on is something much more powerful and much more like, not dynamic, but something deeper than this. I will look into the tarot with this too, because to me it's not exactly touching on your exact question, which to you is probably annoying, but that happens sometimes. It comes out, it'll be saying something completely different, and to me how I look at that is like, the reason that happens is because it's something that isn't even going to be important, but obviously to you it is right now, so we're going to look into that. But it's kind of just saying like the outcome is like basically being focused on what can bring you the best, in your future for you in your child, and it's not even really about like him, but regarding him, let's look a little bit further, because I know you probably want to hear about that. Obviously you're like, okay, but so tell me what the energy between them will be in the future. What do we need to I don't know what that was, but I just got excited really quick. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Interesting. Tell me more about this person and her. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, so don't forget about that when he comes back around. I feel like maybe there's going to be some kind of like, you're not going to be like what you feel and what you think, it's not going to be like exactly taken seriously or paid attention to in the way that you need or deserve. So it's kind of like saying your feelings are real and worth exploring, and then somebody new might come in and then show you exactly why. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So it's funny because like if this person does come back around, it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So it's like saying, okay, somebody from the past is returning to your life, so that person comes back in some way, right? I don't know if you guys will be dating or what, but they come back in, and you're obviously still interested, and then you're seeing, like, so it's saying, remember, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So the thing is, when they come back in and they're not really treating you how you feel you deserve, and, like, you're not getting enough from them, you're not getting treated right, and then this new person comes along, and you're like, okay, maybe this person's better for me. I wonder if that means that this person's going to see that, and well, what's gonna happen after that? So this is wow. So I feel like you're gonna see real quick why you don't even want them in your life, because somebody is gonna treat you better, and you're not gonna want to deal with that anymore. Anything else? Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I love that card, because she's just smelling the flowers, being herself, just naturally, just beautifully, just not trying to be anything, just living her life and just enjoying the flowers, and she's just attractive because of that. So to you, that's like saying just live your life and just don't worry about being a certain thing for that person. You know what I mean? Because you're the most beautiful when you're just being you and you're just enjoying life, and you don't even like know, you're not trying to be anything, and somebody just notices, You're not even trying to like be any kind of way. You're just like enjoying the flowers. And obviously it catches someone's attention who is better in the way that they treat you, or they see your worth more than that person did or something, because your feelings are real or worth exploring, right? So there's not much more to explore with that person who's not really recognizing that, And then a new person has stirred romantic feelings. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so okay. Okay. So let me see about that actually, because, I didn't actually get much about his feelings about that, because, we're looking at kind of like, I didn't, I kind of want to look at that a little bit more, because I feel like that didn't come out much in what we're talking about. Like, I feel like we could look into that a little bit more. Okay. So what does he think about your child? So does he think, is he going to come around into the situation, or is he going to be like absent? What does he feel about it? Does he feel he even needs to be there? Does he like try not to think about it, or? Okay, well there's going to be a decision this is obvious, because 2 different ways you can go, and it's like you're going to have to choose one, and they're going to lead you in completely different directions, right? So he's going to have to make a decision whether he's going to come forward or not. And I think, it's getting probably a lot of attention, like maybe he's wanting to get the attention when he comes back in of like, oh, you're actually going to do this and be there, and that's, like getting like an applause, almost like it's like, oh, you're doing the right thing, what a good person. Like he's maybe, it kind of seems like he's wanting the like the attention of that. Okay. Does he, I don't know what his money situation is, but it seems like either it's going to improve or it's already good, because, with this, it's kind of like, either he thinks that him, like, he's just money, like, you're just, like, wanting, like, him to provide money to the situation, and then you're gonna, like, leave him in the dust, or, like, he's just not really, like, you don't really care about anything else but the money, or it's saying his money situation's gonna improve. He actually might be considering, if his money situation improves, he thinks that you might only, I feel like he thinks you're only focused on that aspect of it. And then he's thinking like he's going to come through with like the money and he's going to pay for things, but it's not really showing emotionally. It's almost like how he's perceived to be. His role in this and how he's perceived to be by other people is important. Like, so he might come back just to prove that he's like the responsible person who is like taking care of the situation and isn't a total piece of shit, Plus this is Aries, so I don't know if there's an Aries involved. But it kind of, this is like an emperor is the responsible, like he's got a whole empire of people that he's overseeing and trying to make sure they're healthy and taken care of and everything's good and everyone's has what they need. So it's a big responsibility, just like being a parent is a big responsibility. So I feel like he wants to be seen as that person who's doing that, and maybe that's what he'll try to do because of that. But let's see about emotionally, how does he feel about this? Okay. obviously. That's no one, there's always arguments and tensions, Not always, but I mean, yeah, in a relationship it's going to be like that. What does he feel personally about your guys' relationship together? Like, does he emotionally feel like he wants that, or what is the situation emotionally? I feel like at one point it was something that you guys really kind of like were happy, 10 of Cups here. First we get the tension, the fighting, the arguments, and the clashing of, what you guys would want, or like you guys don't get along when it comes to like what you want to do about a situation. Like what he wants to do about it and what you want to do about it are different, and so you guys argue. And then, or you have differing like ways you think about it and feel about it. And so you think like you're not always disagreeing, but it feels like you guys just aren't the same, and that way you clash in that way of what you're both feeling about a situation or wanting to do about it. And then it's showing like, okay, so there's disappointment. Maybe he thinks that he was a disappointment, so he knows that that's going to be something he's going to have to like own up to or come back and talk about, or like, it's not just going to be something, it's going to be like basically what he's looked at as, and that's, it's something that he feels like it's hard to like kind of like let go of that and start new and have a different, that's why I think he's focused more on like how he's looking, because it's like he did disappoint, he disappointed in a huge way, and it's kind of hard to come back from that. But the 10 of Cups here was something that it was at one point, and like maybe that's what you wanted it to be and what the dream was, and like something just happened, but it's like now it's a disappointment and there's arguments. But the thing is, like, that's how a lot of relationships are. It's not just going to be perfect. There's going to be arguments and you just get through it, but not everyone can, I guess. But obviously something happened to where the 10 of Cups is kind of like not there anymore exactly, and maybe he just thinks it can't come back, and you won't allow it, or you won't give him a chance or something, because he's like feeling like it seems like the disappointment is like fucked it up, like it can't be the 10 of Cups now because of all the disappointment, or like, what happened. Instead of just saying like, oh yeah, I can improve this and we can work together on this, it's kind of like seeing like he can't come back from it or something. Like you'll just see it as that always, which that's just self-defeating. But or maybe just an excuse so that he doesn't have to work hard at trying to, improve it. I don't know. But this is kind of showing like a break, some time apart, and that could be right now, or that could be maybe what's needed. So maybe it's good right now to get some time apart, to get some break from each other, but then afterwards we're seeing somebody who's kind of bitter and wanting to win. Like they might, how these two in the background are kind of like running off. They're kind of like, they're scared, they're kind of like, they're cowering away, and he's just satisfied with those swords in his hand. Like he took them and he fought those guys, and he won, and now he's got their swords, and he's just like so like satisfied with just being on top, being the best, and being the ultimate like bully basically. So it's just kind of like this whole like negative, kind of like, could I say abusive almost, like just kind of like a bully, like just somebody who wants to win at all costs and be on top and be the best at all times. It's not really the like compromise of a relationship that you would want to see, it's kind of just like somebody who's thinking of what like not losing and not being the one who like did something wrong or did something negative or is like the bad guy, So it could be at the point where it's just like he's wanting to right, but he wants to he's thinking about like he doesn't want to be that person that's looked at in that way, or like that bad guy. So it's like if he does, remember how it said like there's a new person too, so if he comes back and you kind of catch this, you kind of like pick up on this, that oh, he's kind of just like not really caring about how I feel, is kind of just about like he wants to be like known or seen as the guy who's doing the right thing, then you might soon get over that and just see that other person, and if they treat you right or how you feel you deserve, then it's all good. But as for this person, it's kind of like it's not really about the relationship, I feel like, anymore. It's about kind of like the status, or like the way his character or how he's looked at in this. Mm-hmm. Right. It's a good way to put it. So, so let's see. Carmen. Yeah, Carmen. Okay. You said, why is he so hostile towards me, and will he try to speak to me? Will he mad about Demetrius and his connection? Mm-hmm, of course. Thank you. Will... Actually, I want to use the Romance Angels for this, because it can kind of tell us what the future, like, for Carmen, like, what the, kind of, like, future, energy would be between you. Like, is there anything left in this connection, or is there something, like, what's gonna be left in this? Like, what do we see happening, like, between you guys? Like, what is the essence of it, like, as you move forward? Is there anything left, and what is it if there is? You deserve love. You are lovable. So obviously this person did not treat you right, because this card will come out when you're needing to be reminded of this. You deserve love. You're lovable. So it's like, it basically, like, it's not you. I mean, it takes two, obviously, but when there's abuse involved or, like, mistreatment, no. It doesn't take two, because that would mean that you've done something to deserve that, and no. It's not saying, that's why it's saying you deserve love, because it's kind of like a reminder, like, whatever that person did or how they were, or, you know, well, shit, like you said, being hostile towards you, you don't, there's no reason. There's no valid reason. It's because they're abusive. Like, there's no reason. You should listen to this book I've been reading, or, well, listening to on Audible. It's called, Why Does He Do That? By, what is the name? Why Does He Do That? By, I think it's Jeff Lundy or something. Oh no, it's Lundy Bancroft. It's a really great book, and you should definitely get it, because it's great, and it'll answer your questions on why does he do that. It's a really good book. I'm serious. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it really kind of answers one of the, or all of the questions that you would have about, like, why abusers abuse, and is it because of you, or is it because of their childhood, or is it because, nothing, like, I mean, obviously things happen to people, but it's not, like, they're just excuses, basically. So it's, like, just, I think it's a really good book for you to read, because you're like, why is he like that? And it's like, because he's abusive, like, you know, like, because it's not any reason that would be a good reason or a valid reason, you know. In his head, there might be a reason that's valid to him, but it's not really why, you know, because then you're just taking responsibility for something, for his abusive behavior, and that's not okay. Like, it's not your responsibility, and you don't have to put up with that. And he doesn't have to know that, because he probably will never understand that or why, you know. But it's like, to him, you're probably seen in a different way than really is valid, you know. Like, he thinks like he is entitled to treating you that way, and that's not true. That's why it's saying you deserve love. So he's an abusive person. It's like, he's just like, so that's kind of a good thing that you're seeing that already, because then you don't have to date him to know that he's that way. I mean, that's kind of over the top. And you didn't even date, so that's obviously, like, pretty, that's somebody you probably don't want to date then, because can you imagine? you know? So do you want to know what his reason is? Like, in his mind, or is it like, you kind of get what I mean? Because there is no reason that's valid anyway, but... There's no reason that, like, would make sense, really, for you to, like, worry about, you know? Like, it's because he's a dick, you know? Like, it's not really, like, there's anything you can do about it. That's just who he is, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he's gonna be unfair to you. Or abusive, you know, until he feels like he gets what he wants, or... What is... Charlie, what are you under? Are you still here, Charlie? Because I don't know what you're under. Is it Anne-Marie? Exactly. Exactly, because that's how he views it. Like, you're... Like, I guess you've rejected him or something, and, he's not happy with that. He's like, oh, you don't even know. Like, let's see what he's gonna do this weekend. He will do anything to... What's communication looking like? Do we see communication? So it's telling you, remember, you deserve love. If there's money involved, possibly. Something about the past here. Can't let go of. Maybe wanting your nurturing or care, or wanting your affection. Will he communicate, though? If he communicates, it's going to be about this past stupid, like, shit that you guys already have, like, that's dumb. Being honest, and yeah, probably, because we see somebody being very straight up and honest, and also taking action, so they might actually do that, but be careful, because it could be kind of mean what they say. Well, it'll just be like the cutthroat truth of what they're thinking. It doesn't mean it's actually true, it just means, like, that's their truth, you know? It's his truth, but it doesn't mean that's actually who you are. Like, what someone thinks of us, that's not the truth. That's called an opinion, you know? That's called an opinion, like, of what someone's thinking, and it doesn't mean that you have to take that to heart. It just means he's gonna be straightforward, and it could be kind of, like, rude, you know? So, if there is communication, it would be kind of insulting, I'm sure. Let's see. His friends. What are his friends doing? Why are they adding her on Facebook? Why are they adding her? So they are friends? They have mutual friends, or they're both buddies? Is that why you're asking about, like, what he thinks of it? Let's see. Ooh, that might be hard to be with that person because of, like, his friends already, or him already kind of being in the picture, talking shit and saying mean things to you. Probably saying, like, all kinds of, like, shit about you that isn't true, or, like, that you're, like, no good, or... And if they're friends, you know, water seeks its own level. What makes you think he's not just like him? You know, people are different, but I mean, like, if he's his friend still after he's treating you like that, that's kind of like, does he, I mean, that's not cool. That's like not cool. Like, he might be influenced by him. Let's see. Maybe they secretly want to be with you too, or they secretly like are attracted or something, like, but it would be a sneak, it's not like a thing that they're coming out and saying, like, it's kind of like a thing that's, but there's sneakiness and shadiness. I don't like the Seven of Swords. But then the Lovers, so it's like within a, you know, maybe there's attraction there, or maybe there's like someone trying to like sneak or steal, or just something under your nose, like something just not trying to get more information or get close to you, or like they think like, oh, if they're dating him, death. Maybe they're trying to make an ending happen, or trying to interfere, get in between or something. Scorpio, Gemini. You said you're a Gemini, right? So, Gemini, they think. What are they trying to do by adding you on Facebook? Is it just simple, or just... I think they're trying to get, it's like they don't want you, maybe they don't want you part of the situation, they don't want you to be involved with their friend, because either they're trying to get at you, or it's like they don't, for some reason, well, let's see, what do they have against you? They have something against you? Or what do they... I think that they're seeing something in the wrong way. Like, they're probably being influenced by the other guy, you know, the one that you never dated. Because it's showing, like, Seven of Cups is, like, seeing something, either all good or all bad, but it's not realistic either way. Like, whatever it is, it's not the truth. And so that's what they're believing. So they're seeing you as all good or all, well, obviously all bad, right? Because they're not seeing it as, they're seeing it as something that needs to be terminated immediately. Like, I think there's things being said about you for sure, but it's not, like, what do they know? They don't know anything, but it's probably the other guy, Deleon. I forget, you told me how to pronounce it, but that guy, he's obviously got, you know, he's in everyone's ear about it, you know. He's bitter and resentful and hateful and fucking starting shit. So I think they're trying to, like, infiltrate, I guess you could say. But secretly, I think they probably just want to get at you, too. But they're gonna act hateful. You know, it's like elementary school again. Okay, so maybe they're gonna try to talk to you and tell you things about Demetrius, so that you don't like him, so that you'd eventually leave, like, in hopes that you'll not know what to do and just eventually leave the situation, or be like, being like unsure how to make a decision yourself. Like, this person doesn't know the power that they have. Like, literally, you could just block these people. If anyone ever tries to talk shit to you or tries to tell you anything that you don't want to hear, it's kind of like, you can make that choice. You have the power to, like, choose who to have in your life and who to block and who to not listen to and who to talk to and who not to talk to, who not to let into your energy and influence you. So if you start to notice these people coming around and, like, being toxic and negative and trying to, like, tell you things that are making you feel bad, not even just against you, but just, like, telling you things like, oh, did you know this? And, like, trying to just start drama, you can definitely just be, like, block, you know, like, exit out of your life. It's just not worth the time, the energy, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think it was Anne Marie, wasn't Charlie? Let me see. Shit, where is she? She left already, huh? Crap. I hope that it's Anne Marie. Because if it's not, that would suck. But I think it is. I'm pretty sure she said. Do you guys remember? I'm pretty sure she said she was under Anne Marie. But I just don't remember for sure. But I'm just going to refund that one anyway. Okay, well, let's do... Okay. Alright, so let's do Joya, since you were next. And then we'll do, Beth, I think? Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll close the list, because... So we'll do Joya, and then we'll do Beth. And, yeah, Beth will be the last one. Okay. So Joya, yeah, you said... Your current energies. So a general, basically. Okay. Joya. Is Carmen still here? Thank you, Carmen. I don't know if she's still here, but thank you. Glad to have you as a new subscriber, and everyone who's subscribed. I'm glad to have you guys as a new subscriber as well. Glad to have some new faces here. Glad to have some new faces, some new energies, some new people. Let's see. So Joya. Is it love? Is it Gemini? It could be. Either or both. Let's see. What else? Taking action toward a lover, or taking action to make something happen. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces person, or a person who's very supportive emotionally. You're looking for a lover that's emotionally supportive, and you're taking action, or you'll have the opportunity to take action, so don't miss that. Yeah, it could be something really, really happy for you. So make sure that, okay, this could be a Gemini person that we're talking about. It might just be a lover, somebody you're considering dating, or somebody that you want to be with. If there's no one specifically, then we're just talking about in general, right? So, but you're wanting to take action, or you'll have the opportunity to do that when that, opportunity comes. I don't know exactly when it's going to be. You should kind of know when it's going to be, but you might miss it. So we can look into that if you want to know more about that, like what that would look like, or what that would, like what it's saying there. But basically it's just saying so you guys might meet through mutual friends or something, or it could be something where you guys are like, a lot of times you hang out with other people, it's not just you two, but there's, success here in some way, like maybe you guys go on some kind of like project together or some business, or maybe they make a lot of money, but then the Ace of Cups too says that there's a lot of love. So I mean, there is potential for a relationship with that person. And I feel like that person's like well set already, or they have ideas, like something that you guys could like bank on. And then, but for some reason, like, you guys aren't really alone that much, so maybe this is something that would happen later, but it's like, either they are making money, or they have ideas to make money, or success, And there is potential here with the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups, you know, it's aces, it's an opportunity. So there's an opportunity for love in that situation. Maybe that will be something that can happen, but it's kind of like later. It's not really right now, because you guys don't really even kick it alone. You know, you guys hang out with like friends and like mutual, like it's not really there yet. But it could be. I think it's a potential. So try to listen to your intuition on when you should take action towards that. If that's now, if that's later. Oh no. We got some subscribers and some new faces, because I've seen a few new faces here tonight, quite a few. I'm excited to see who's joined. All right, let's see, Beth, what are his feelings? Sag and Cancer. Cancer. I think that there's been some chaos in your life, and I feel like they are seeing that. And they want to like they want to approach you romantically soon, or if they haven't yet, or if they have. But it looks like, because this is your card, Cancer. So first we see the disappointment and the letdowns and the negativity, but from the past, you know, the cup's knocked over. That's something that's already happened, and it was disappointing. And, you know, there's 2 new opportunities here. And Sages are really good at taking, you know, advantage of new opportunities and doing something new and going for it, you know. So it's like, obviously, they're seeing that you're not. Or they're seeing that, you know, maybe they see like you have disappointment, or you're disappointed about things. So they're kind of wanting to like maybe bring some kind of, you know, uplifting spirit to the situation, I guess. Like they're seeing, because this is you, like, they're seeing the disappointment, but they're seeing also your nurturing. Like, it's like you're the Queen of Cups here, so it's like the nurturing side. Like, maybe they feel like you need nurturing or something, but, you know, they're going to be offering you something, or coming in with, you know, on their white horse as expected, but, you know, because it's like they're wanting to save the day, but then it's like, just don't get too attached to that whole thing, because you don't, well, first of all, you don't need somebody to save you, but second of all, it's kind of a sticky situation to get yourself into when somebody tries to save you like that and you think that that's what it is. You know, it might not be exactly something that works out in the best of ways because of that, you know. Just don't get attached to that whole idea. Like, don't become dependent on it, you know, for your happiness. But I feel like they're maybe wanting to bring some light to your life a little bit. You know, seeing that there's chaos there. but seeing that you're still this like loving person, because you know the Queen of Cups is like nurturing, very kind and like, you know, loving. Also Queen of Pentacles, so I mean Cancers are really good at like having chaos and still being kind of stable somewhat, because they have to have some kind of stability. Like, of course not all Cancers are going to be stable, everyone's different, but there's somehow like, I don't know if it's because they need their home to feel stable to be okay, but like they kind of like, they will try their best to make things okay even if they're chaotic, you know, like we all try to do the best we can, but it's like they need to feel comfortable and need to feel secure and safe, so it's like they're going to do what they can. And maybe that's what this is here, is saying basically you're still like a stable person, like you still have your shit together somewhat, so that you can, like, you want to be self-sufficient so that you feel safe, and that's kind of something you're focused on. They're seeing that too, so it's like obviously you're, you know, Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, it's like you're, you know, still well put together person, I would say, I guess, you know, even with the chaos. So maybe they're just, you know, seeing that and wanting to add to your life or bring you some happiness or some love or something for now, because the Knight of Cups, it's kind of like that knight on the white horse, right? And he's, you know, going to want to offer you something. So if they haven't yet, I would say that that's probably going to happen. You know, I'm sure that they're going to be doing that. They're going to be offering you something or trying to come in a romantic way. See what they can do. See what they can do here. But, so enjoy it, you know? Just don't become dependent on it, because you are that Queen of Pentacles. You know, you don't really need somebody, and that Queen of Cups. So just, if you can direct that inward, then you're all good. Just don't become dependent on somebody trying to save you, because you don't need saving, you know? But that could be kind of how they're seeing it. Well, that's good, yeah. Well, that's good. That you never depend on anyone in that sense, because, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't see anything but positive right now, you know? So, perfect timing, because my iPad's about to die. But thank you, you guys. It was nice. It was fun tonight. I hope you guys come tomorrow. Oil or Ollie, I see you. I'm not ignoring you, I see you, but just come tomorrow, because I'm going to end right now. And we'll do this again, you guys, so make sure you're subscribed and make sure you like, so that you can join us tomorrow. Also, follow me on Instagram if you want to know what time it's going to be at tomorrow. I'll post it there first ahead of time, so that you kind of get a heads up. So thanks, you guys. I'm going to, yeah, follow me on Instagram. It's Original Insights Tarot. And tell your friends and come tomorrow, and let's do this again, okay? Have a good one. Have a good night.